the male just feels he needs to really perform and please the woman so she doesn't leave or so she doesn't humiliate, and all the pressures that have come with that. Ken only exists as a plaything for Barbie. And my best friend was with me. He came in, we both caught the train over from London. He came in from Bali. And then to be seeing this is why I'm wearing pink, the Barbie movie just before coming here. And the Ken doll looks like my best friend. Apart from my best friend's a bit better looking and he's got bigger muscles and abs. And, he was a dancer and a professional surfer and what do you call it? He's a personal trainer. He was, all sorts of these physical things. Is incredibly fit. He had 3 gold medalists in the last Olympics, so he's damn good. And people will buy the look as well as the personality and all of that. And then in Barbie, there was also the friend called Alan, and I had a best friend called Alan. And Alan was often jealous of me because he was the good looking one and minor pop star for a while. But meanwhile, I was kind of like happy and had fun. So it's really weird to have just watched Barbie, and obviously my name's Ken. And in the 2 minutes, I was thinking, oh my God, not only have I had genitals and I still have them happily, and they are very, very close to me. We have a thing going on. But in those 2 minutes, I was thinking, oh my God. Um, I think I compensated for the Ken doll because I had erection problems all my life. And it's not like it wouldn't come up, it's like it wouldn't go down. And it got me, and in the 2 minutes, I was just thinking of all the embarrassment and all the trouble it got, or could have really got me in trouble. But it was a lot to be hiding and managing and taming. So I'm in charge, and I'm not a dick because I own my dick and my dick doesn't own me. There have been some fine lines, but yeah, there was a lot in that Barbie movie. I think I need to see it again, including and this is huge for men, I believe, or huge for the men that I've been working with, is when the woman withdraws or criticizes, when the attention's not there, how the man can crumble. Ken only exists as a plaything for Barbie. And that, I'll stop after this bit. And that took me to the many, many, many conversations I've recently had, including some with you around, I'm sure, Namora, when we were all in Rotterdam recently, where the male just feels he needs to really perform and please the woman so she doesn't leave or so she doesn't humiliate, and all the pressures that have come with that. So yeah, it brought up a lot. Where shall we start, playmates?
May I just make a quick comment?
Hmm.
So you're saying men need to perform so that the woman stays pleased and so on, but also they don't want to step into non-consent, and they don't want to step into their caveman nature, and so because those are really out of fashion, and so it's a complete no-no. Is um, the kind of letting your dick come out, letting the kind of like inner dick come out, and so that can lead to suppression of life energy itself.
Totally. And I wonder about communication here, where I've worked with far too many people who just don't communicate before, during, or after. It's all guesswork, or it should be psychic, or it's embarrassing, or verging on let's pretend we're not here doing this. Do you come across this, Stella?
Yes, communication is really, really vital. And so especially in the UK, I also hear that a lot like from like early adulthood that people get drunk in order to kind of lose that
Mm,
in order to engage in sex. And getting drunk is not, it's conducive to kind of maybe rambling, but not to really like being authentic, being aligned to our feelings and communicating from that place. From what you said, so a lot of men step into, like in Betty Martin's terms, step into the serving, as in asking, what would you like me to do? And I'll do it for you.
mhm.
That has its place, and especially if you don't know each other so well. But a lot of women are at a loss if a man asks them, what would you like? What do you like? Yeah. And
Mm,
so I'm not saying that that's all right, yeah, but what are the kind of like in the Wheel of Consent by Dr. Betty Martin, what are the lovers quadrants is the taking and the allowing. So the taking is the ravishing meaning that consensually we touch the other person for our own pleasure. And a lot of men, women as well, a lot of men do not dare to go there anymore, kind of like touching for our own pleasure. And that can feel really hot.
mm,
It can really feel really hot, like for both
mm.
genders, for all genders.
Desired rather than feared.
Exactly.
When did this change? Did this change over the past few years or something?
Well, I think that still the general testosterone decline plays a role in that. And so did I mention that like a 22-year-old today has the same level of testosterone as a 67-year-old man in the year 2000? And so it's a dramatic decline.
Mm,
Um, and nobody knows what it's due to. So it's kind of like maybe PCBs, kind of plastics, some epigenetics. Nobody knows, but it's also not in the press, so
mm,
nobody's really talking about that.
mm,
But maybe it's also like a kind of a shift in mode that, like we were talking earlier about the lack of genitals. So yeah, we have like a movie about Barbie and Ken, yeah, which neither of them has genitals, yeah, and so that a lot of penis owners, men, uh, perceive that having a penis by itself is like being the aggressor,
mm.
like sticking it into things, being violent, being non-consensual. And so they are trying to do away with that entire masculine essence.
Mm, mm. I remember that. I remember that so clearly going through puberty. And it was in the 70s, so it was tight trousers. And it's like, where do I put it? How do I hide it? I felt, because I was a nice Catholic boy, I felt rude. I felt dirty. I felt like I shouldn't. And I didn't know that everyone else's dick was growing. And I just thought, what on earth is going on in my pants? This is getting out of hand. It was scary. Now everyone knows everything, it's all online. Then it was a different story. And the first day in Catholic school, no one was naked. We were all quite covered up. In secondary school, on the first day, I had my first physical racist attack. So I avoided changing rooms. And I was short sighted anyway. So firstly, I couldn't see other people's dicks. Secondly, I just wanted to get out there, not check people out. I was too busy trying not to be checked out, being the only person of color anyway. So it was traumatic. And then comes the whole dick. It was like, what? It was really scary, difficult, uncomfortable. And then the slightest sitting down for too long or sitting on the bus or any thought. And it's like, now the whole world is going to see, and how am I going to cover this up? So I didn't feel like I was dangerous, but there was something bad. There was something to be ashamed of. And it was tragic. I should not have gone through that. I don't believe males should go through that. And I believe that we can, and now I can talk about it with my friends, I talk about it with other people, even young people. If it comes up and it needs to be discussed, then it's something that we go through and people know that there's nothing wrong. And, but it was horrible. And knowing what sex is and how and what was absolutely horrible.